Yo, what's going on? All my homies, homettes, dudes and dudettes. All right, today I think I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about something that most people don't talk about, and probably most people don't really even care about. I want to talk about presentation of fragrances. Even though you're not, it's not like you're going to be wearing the presentation with you around your neck when you're wearing the fragrance, or you're going to have it in your pocket and be able to say, hey, this is what I got on. But I think presentation sometimes is important. I want to touch on some things. You guys can comment, let me know what you think about it. Let me get some things together and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I want to discuss is fragrance packaging. Although it doesn't really make a difference how things are packaged, but with me, I enjoy opening up packages, especially if it's a good presentation, and especially if it's a higher end fragrance or a niche fragrance, or a fragrance that actually costs a little bit more money. But really, some of the fragrances that are not so expensive are the ones that have the better presentations. Let's go with I got a couple of fragrances here. I'm going to just run through real quick. This is one of my favorite fragrances, really. This is Tam Dao, and this is a fragrance from Diptyque, and this is a niche fragrance. But as you can see, this presentation outside of this uh, this little strip coming through the box, this is a pretty basic box. As you can see, open up like that, nothing special, and that's it for the box. Here's the fragrance. I'm not really going to talk too much about the fragrances, and it had the fragrance smells, I should say. I'm not going to talk too much about it. And it has this little booklet comes with it. Now, this is what you would consider a niche fragrance. It's not too high, but it's not really something that would be considered a easy grab or a cheap fragrance. Definitely not a cheap fragrance, but it I think it runs like maybe between 90 to 160, somewhere in there. So you would think that it would have a better presentation than that, but it doesn't. So in comparison to something like more of a inexpensive fragrance, it's not, I won't, well, I guess it is a cheapie because um, it's a clone of a fragrance, but this is vibrant um, vibrant vetiver. There's that name coming in there. Vibrant Delight Vetiver. So this is just it's a clone of I think it's a Baltic Freak, and it's from who's that? Byredo. Byredo is a niche company. So it just comes in a can like this, which is, I think, is pretty nice. It's not bad. And there's the fragrance. It sits into this little holder, and it's pretty stuff in there. So that's a pretty nice one. This one, I think, maybe runs like about $30, $40, something like that. This is another one from the same company, the Amir line, and that is which one is this? This Vibrant Tobacco, and the same thing. It sits pretty tight in there. Nice bottle, and it's pretty snug in there. So these fragrances are half or maybe a third of the price of the Tam Dao, but to me this is a nicer presentation. I know it's not important. I know it's not important, but I think when you have a fragrance that's a little bit more expensive, I think you should have a better presentation. For example, let's take this one. This is a fragrance that a lot of people were looking to try to grab because it imitates Grand Soir by MFK, and I think this is called Eternal Oud. But look at this presentation. It's a nice glass bottle. Well, it's not glass. This is plastic. And then the bottle is here. And then here's the bottle and nice metal cap. Really nice presentation. And this is a clone of a higher end fragrance, which that fragrance I think runs about 250 to 300 Grand Soir. This one was, I think, maybe about $50, maybe. I'm not sure. But this is a nice presentation and it's not expensive. Where, on the other hand, you can have a fragrance that's super expensive. Let's see. Let's find one that's expensive. Here we go. Here we go. Like this. This is Harriet by Parfums de Marly. This fragrance runs maybe about, I think it's around $250 now. And as you can see, it's a basic box. Nothing super special about the box. Opens up like that. And the bottle sits in there like that. And then it comes out. And then it's just a basic box. And here's the bottle. Now the bottle is really nice, but the box, the presentation is really kind of boring. And there's the bottle. And this cap is extremely heavy. This could be a weapon if you need it to be. Okay, so that's a good comparison from cheaper fragrance to more expensive. And like I said, this one is a lot more expensive. So you would think the presentation would be a lot more elaborate than a $50 fragrance that really could have been in a basic box. All right. So let's pause for a minute. I'm gonna grab a couple more fragrances and we'll run through some things. Okay, so let's go with some of the smaller fragrance bottles. This is History des Parfums fragrance. And they, this presentation, this is actually a niche house, but they have a nicer presentation. It's not necessarily anything to write home about, but they come in the little sample bottles. I think this is either a 10 or 15 milliliter bottle. It comes in a box style like that. And the fragrance sits inside just like that. And so yeah, and you can grab it, take it out. And that's how the fragrance is. Oh, if you want to look at the bottle, let me get me out of frame like that. So yeah, that's a niche fragrance, niche house that has a little bit nicer presentation. And let's go with here's another niche house. This is an extremely expensive niche house too. This is House of Matriarch. And this is one of the sample bottles. I think this is a 10 milliliter bottle also. And it comes out like a coffin, just like that. And the bottle is here. I don't know if it's not really concerning with the which one it is, but this is I think this is Cocoa Magic. But yeah, so that's how it looks. And this for a bottle of this, 100 milliliter bottle, I think it runs maybe about $300 to $400. A 10 milliliter or whatever size this is, these run maybe about $80 to $90 if you don't catch it on sale. And then let's go with here's a contrasting one. This is a fragrance by Banana Republic. Banana Republic, and this is tobacco and tonka bean. So this is a nice presentation where the bottle sits inside like that, like a coffin. You slide it out, and trying to do this backwards. You pull the bottle out, and the top is pretty snug, so it won't fall out. And then it's a nice bottle. This one, you can get it at some of the bargain brand stores like Burlington, stuff like that. They're usually around $20, anywhere between $15 and $30, but they're usually around $20. And these are really good fragrances also. At least this one is. So that's that. And then we go with another niche fragrance. Now this fragrance, this is a smaller bottle. This is 8 and Bob's Egypt, and it has the same coffin style where the top just comes off. The bottle sits in there just like that. And this is I think this is a 15 milliliter bottle, and it comes out like that. Now the 100 milliliter bottle of this may run, I think it's maybe about 160, 170, somewhere in there. Don't quote me. But it's somewhere close to that. So yeah, for this small one, I think it may have been like $25. Nothing expensive. Maybe I'm gonna take that back. It may have been $35. So yeah. So that's what I mean about presentation. I enjoy opening some of these fragrances where they have the nicer presentation. And let's take a break, and I'm gonna come back with a few more. I know this video may be a little long, but I just want to talk about this. I don't know if anybody else thinks about this, like far as having a niche fragrance that costs so much, and then it's just a box. You just open it up and toss the box, where you can open up a really inexpensive fragrance or a cheapie or a clone fragrance, and it looks like a presentation to you, and then you feel a little bit more about the bottle opening it up. But let's get some more. I'm gonna grab some more. I need to lower this light. This light is way too bright. It's creating a real glare. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Okay, all right. I think I'm running real long in this video, but I'm gonna just run through a couple of more. This one, check this out. This is Bois de Jour Prador or something like that. But this is another clone house. I like these coffin style fragrances where they have the fragrance sits inside, and open that up, and then it just slides out like that. I like those kind. So that's another one. This one maybe runs about that's a high-end clone house, so it may be about $50 or $60. Here's a couple of other ones. I like this style also. This is Tabac by Maison Alhambra, and it's the same type of thing. I think we've seen one of these before, but the fragrance sits down in there. This bottle is really heavy, and then it slides out. See, a nice presentation. And this another clone. This is a clone of Tabac Couleur by Dior. That's another one. Here's another one by Maison Alhambra. This is Immortal. Has pretty much the same type of presentation, close to it, where the bottle is sitting pretty much all the way up. It's not sitting into the hole. And then it has a metal cap. That's pretty nice. This is another clone. This is a clone of Louis Vuitton. Which one is this? Immortal Lumicité, I think. And then let's go with this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Oops. It didn't break. But this is another one. This is a Celestial. Another clone house. And that's the thing. The clone houses, they are doing it big. And this is a nice presentation. Again, bottle sits in there. I just dropped this and I thought this broke, but it didn't. So, and then the bottle sits inside the coffin like that. Nice, nice. This is a clone of Ganymede. By Marc Antoine. Let's see. Let's go with another one. Let's go with a higher end fragrance. This is actually not a higher end company. Issey Miyake. L'Eau d'Issey is usually not a higher end fragrance, but this one was a higher end, and this has a different boxing presentation than most of their fragrances. This one is Noir Amber, Noir Ambre. And this one, this presentation is pretty much the same thing. It slides out like that. Bottle sits inside of it. And the thing about this one, it has a little hole here cut so you can actually pull it out. And then it has a gold backing, so it makes the bottle looks really nice when it's sitting inside of it. This one is this was I think it's been discontinued, and it was really hard to find for a long time. And then it came back, and I think it may be able to still find these on maybe not on eBay, but if you could find this for under $80, go for it. It's a really, really good buy. Good bottle, good fragrance. I said I wasn't going to talk about fragrance. I'm supposed to be just talking about the presentation. So let's go with another one. This is, a lot of people know about this. This is Camera. And Camera is another one that has a nice presentation. Sits in the inside like this, and then it has a mirror background. Look at that. Look at that. That is nice. And then the bottle is nice also. And it sits snugly inside. And the bottle is right here. Really nice fragrance. And again, this one is not too expensive either. I think the Camera, you can get this for maybe about $30. $40 at most. Actually, I think the new one, Camera Cayenne or whatever it's called, I think that one is a little bit more expensive. I think that one is closer to $40. I think Camera is closer to $30. And let's see. Oh, and this one. Look at this one. I know it's a knockoff of Tom Ford, but the knockoff has really a nice presentation. Look at this. It's nice. Sits in the box, come out of there, into the box just like that. So I like these presentations. I like being presented a fragrance, even though the boxes a lot of time is going to get thrown in the trash. I'm not going to keep it. Most of my boxes I don't keep, but some of the ones that are really nice I do tend to keep. Like for example, this one. This is a Mercedes-Benz fragrance, and this is Mercedes-Benz Man Private. So the fragrance sits in there just like that, slides out, and then it again sits in there just like a coffin. I like this, and this is not an expensive fragrance either. This one, I'm not sure, maybe about $40, maybe about $40. I don't think I paid that much for it. That's an older bottle, but I don't think I paid that much for it. Now, this is a niche line also, but this is a little bit higher on the niche line. This is our Haramain. And this same thing sits in the coffin, just like that, and then comes out. Now these bottles, these may end up being a little bit more expensive. And this box is a solid box. It's I'm not sure if it's wood. You hear that? It's wood, or if it's just a hard plastic, but it's a really nice presentation. And this clone of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, I think. Is that what it is? I think it's Tobacco Vanille. I can't remember. Couple more. Here's one. This is actually a clone also, and this one is another clone house. This is like Wakuam from Rasasi, and again, this is actually wood. This is a wood box. That's really the main reason, and it's a magnet wood box. Now, back in the day, this was I think it was maybe about $60 or $70, and a nice bottle, and it sits inside the holder just like that. And that's a clone of Tom Ford's. What is the other one? What is that Tom Ford? I can't remember, but that's not what we're talking about anyway. We're talking about just the presentation. This is a really nice presentation, and this was not that expensive. I think even now this may be running about $80. Okay, and then here, one of the easiest lines to get into if you want to get into niche fragrances is Montal. It's a pretty basic box, but one thing I do like about Montal and Mancera fragrances, it has a basic box here. One thing I do like is this. All of Montal and Mancera fragrances come in these pouches. Now, you're not going to do anything with this pouch. You're just not going to do anything with. I don't know what. You're not going to store your fragrance in here unless you're traveling. You may want to put it back in here, and then the fragrance is right here. So, and this is with all Montals and Mancera. So, I think that their presentation is pretty nice. Oh my goodness, drop something else. Hold on. Oh, shoot. All right. Okay. We're going to finish this up. I'm just going to show you two more fragrances that have a really nice presentation. I've shown you this one before. I actually did a little review on the house of Lattafa's the Mahir line. But so the fragrance sits in here just like that. It slides out. Let me back up. Slides up. And then there's this little window here that comes off. The fragrance is actually tied. It's a tie tied into the box. You untie it here. Okay. I think I just put a knot in it. And then the fragrance comes out here. And it's cut out for the fragrance. So that's this one is another one that's inexpensive, maybe around $30. And I keep dropping stuff. Let me not drop anything else. Now this one is from Aston, from Jensen's. This is Galleria Parfums, and this is Cognac Cafe. And this one is actually a pretty good presentation. Of the niche fragrances that I have, I think this is probably, if not my favorite, is definitely in the top 5 favorite presentations. So, like I said, it's in the box. The box slides out like that. Let me back up a little bit so you can see that. And sits there, Parfum Galleria. And then the box is pretty snug too. And then slides out like that. And if you can see, this is like a velvet bed for it. It's really, really nice. Really harsh and cush. And then the fragrance comes out and it's here. In addition to this, in addition to having a nice presentation, this fragrance, the top is not so great. It doesn't stick on there. Like you can't let the bottle, you can't lift the bottle from the top. But this is a solid top on this top, and then the sprayer is pressurized. See, so you can. Oh my goodness, and the fragrance smells awesome too. So you can put a little bit out, or you could push a lot. So yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to chop it up with you guys about that. What do you guys think? You know, do you think it's okay to just have a fragrance when it's a niche fragrance to have it just in a basic box? Are you okay with that? Are most people okay with that? Maybe it's just me. If it's something that's higher end, and this one, when it was out, this is a fragrance that's discontinued. All of Galleria Parfum fragrance have been discontinued. If you can find one, great for you. But when they were out, I think they were running maybe about 180, maybe, I think, except for when they were on sale. And then when they were on sale, I think they were maybe 150 or 120. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's been maybe a year or two since they've been out. And so that being said, this is one of the higher end fragrances that I would put with the category of, you know, far as the inexpensive fragrances versus the higher end fragrances having better presentations. It seems like the lower end fragrances have better presentation, but not with this one. This is a nice fragrance, nice presentation and all. So what do you guys think? Am I just being too extra? Is it not matter? Which it doesn't, I think, to most people, because even some people when they're doing their reviews, they toss the box. I've even done that before. But anyway, just your boy Will, just stopping in with the Will Report, chopping it up with you and trying to get your opinion about some things. And that will be it for this one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Catch you on the next one around. Deuces. Hey, I forgot about one that I wanted to show off too. This is actually kind of in between. This is a Ashmal fragrance. And this is kind of in between a cheaper and a more expensive fragrance. These are Ashmal is really a clone house, and usually this style of bottle are usually about $80. But yeah, so this one sits in a coffin, same type of way as the other one, amber wood, and then it sits in there just like that, and the bottle slides out, and we have a pamphlet there, and then a coffin. And yeah, this one you probably can get this for about between $60 and $90, depending on where you get it from. But it's a really, really good fragrance also. But yeah, this is another one. I just meant to put this one in. I forgot. But anyway, yeah. All right, I'm gone.